Hey everybody, it's Chichi back with another episode of Chichi's Comeback Corner, and this is I guess the return of Chichi, and I have a very great guest with me here today. I've got the one and only the Gladiator, Sylvester Chipfumbu, who a lot of people know him as the former EFC Bantamweight champion, and right now he's still making waves in that division, but he seems to have his sights set on a different division. There's a lot that's happening for him, and we've got him here on the show today. So please welcome, without further ado, Sylvester.
Thank you. Thanks, Chichi. Thanks for having me.
How are you, Sylvester? What's up? What's happening?
Not much. Not much. It's winter, so it's like we're in heaven right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. um, so I think let me actually just start with the first question with regards to, we see you're an athlete and all of that, and your nickname is actually the Gladiator, right?
Yeah.
How did that nickname actually come about?
Yeah. It's funny. It came from one of my best friends I used to train with when we were in Cape Town. Yeah. Shit. I thought he was gonna 10 pro because he was so good, but yeah. I think every time, because when I started training, uh, I used to also go to work. So the only session that I could attend was a pro fighter session. But yeah,
Oh,
they used to beat the shit out of us. But I always came back every day, and there's not a day that I left the mats. Before training, I always lasted the whole 1.5 hours. So my friend just said, "Yo, you fight until you die." Hey, that's how like it's like a gladiator. I think that's how it came about.
that is so cool, actually.
Yeah.
You just mentioned, Cape Town and all of that. We know that you were training in the Western Cape. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that experience for you?
I think I still miss Cape Town. I still miss the vibe. I think some of my best friends are still in Cape Town. When I moved to South Africa about just over 10 years ago,
Hmm.
that's when I met all of my friends through training. Because that's all I did besides working and stuff. So I built relationships. I think that's more important than my career, the other side of my career, and you know. Yeah, and the training was great. Panda Fighting Arts. I think back then it was one of the biggest gyms in South Africa, with the likes of Alain Ilunga, Trezor, Regis Muyambo. You know, it was a great gym, and I'm forever grateful for having trained under Anthony Keto and Gina Ifuki. I think those are one of the best coaches that I've ever trained with. They didn't ask anything from me besides my blood, sweat, and tears. And yeah, I think my background, my base was they built my base, and yeah, and look where I ended up. I became a champion. So everything that I think I'm gonna do in future, everything that I've done in the past, they deserve the credit as well.
Yeah. You're saying
Yeah,
that they didn't ask a lot of you except your blood, sweat, and tears. That's a lot to ask of a person, Sylvester.
I mean that's what it is. So that's what's expected of us. That's a basic entry for an MMA fighter. So yeah, not much.
There you have it, folks. If you want to be an MMA fighter, you got to be willing to sacrifice your blood, sweat, and tears. That is the
Yeah,
base right there.
yeah.
Um, but then what made you actually relocate here to Johannesburg or to Gauteng instead?
I think more competition, like like a lot of guys left the gym, obviously, for different reasons, for various reasons. And my background was a kickboxer, karateka, and I needed the wrestling, and I think Josie was the place to be if I wanted to become a well-rounded professional mixed
Yeah.
martial arts. And I think that's the most important reason why I moved to Gauteng. I think just a variety, and you know just to become a well-rounded pro mixed martial artist.
Yeah. Do you ever miss kickboxing? Like actually like competing in kickboxing?
Yeah, I do. I think I'm more I do, but I think I'm getting more into Muay Thai now. I've been watching
Ooh.
lots of one championship fights, and I think training with Len from Thai Fitness also made me fall in love with Muay Thai. So I think I've fallen in love with Muay Thai, and if I could get a chance to get in one or two fights, I would. No brainer, without a doubt. I'll jump in.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is very interesting. So right now it seems like, it's just something that you may be thinking of in the future and all of that, but do you have any solid plans in place perhaps for like crossing over into Muay Thai?
Uh, like I say, on my downtime for now, I'm more focused on my career as an MMA athlete. I
Yeah.
want to fight, get back in the hexagon as soon as possible. But if it comes to when I don't have a fight lined up, or I'm not expecting anything MMA wise, I think that's when I want to jump in. Also, just to stay active and just to have something to work towards. It keeps you training hard. It keeps your
Mm,
mindset in the game. So yeah, but for now, I think MMA is my priority right now.
okay. Okay, we'll be looking forward to that. We'll be looking forward to that. But you've been talking about like these people that you trained with and how they molded you and helped you become the person that you are right now. And we know
Yeah,
that currently you're training over at Corvus Gym. So can
yeah.
you just tell us a little bit more about that and like, how it came to be that Corvus was formed and what's your role at the gym?
Uh, well, I think Corvus was formed when obviously when we left UMF, myself and Nick. And yeah, Devin wanted to open a gym, but he didn't want to do it for pro fighters. And then yeah, we had a meeting one day. He's always been my friend for quite some time now, and we were talking about it, and I think we just started. We just said, let me just start myself and Nick. I think
Mm,
for most of the part, was it 2022? My memory is a bit hazy, but I think that's when we started training. It was just myself and Nick, and then
yeah,
um, and then a lot of other guys came and joined, and I think it's one of the best environments. Just besides training, like the guys are always there for each other in and outside the gym, always checking up on each other, and it doesn't matter how hard training is. Guys always show up because it's a great environment. People are always looking forward to coming to training, and like as you can see, all of the guys are doing well there. I think their skill is also improving. So yeah, I can't wait to see where they end up. I think the sky's the limit. We have Simba, who's the number one contender in the featherweight division. Nick is doing well in Brave, and a lot of up and come. I mean, Stembiso just won his fight in the UAE Warriors, and he's
yeah.
still young in his career, but he has already had two international fights. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah.
Yeah. You just mentioned, Simbarashe Hokonya. Of course,
Mm.
he fought at EFC 114 against Ayanda Zwane, and he came out basically the winner of the Grand Prix like tournament that was taking place.
Yeah.
And yeah, so how was that training process? Getting him ready for that and priming him for success in this entire tournament.
No, it was a gruesome process because obviously we know Ayanda Zwane is no pushover. He's done well ever since he fought Simba in his first fight. I think that was his only career loss. And rematches are dangerous, because the guy sees something, and he's willing or keen to get in there with you. He thinks he can get you back. And obviously, from the performances that he's had since he fought Simba in the first fight, we could see it was a tough fight. He also trains with great guys like Nkosi and them. So we had to leave no stone unturned. He pushed Simba day in, day out, and I think the results spoke for themselves. Also Simba is still young in his career. This is his second year as a pro athlete, and he's already
Yeah.
number one contender in the division. It just shows you how we're pushing, and also he's also putting in the work, as an individual, and his mindset is he's got tunnel vision. All he sees is that strap, and he's doing everything he can to achieve that goal and achieve his dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now, if we shift over and we come back to you, right?
yeah,
We've seen like in recent years, Zimbabwe's stock has just been rising when it comes to the world of MMA and all of that.
yeah.
So what does it mean for you to actually be part of that wave? For you to be assisting in the Zimbabwean nation growing in the world of MMA?
It's great. It's a pleasure because obviously I'm always going to be written in the history books of MMA. And but I think the most important thing for me is to have more guys coming out of the country, out of Zim
Yeah.
to do this thing. It's not only just about MMA. Like I've said this before. If I didn't become an MMA athlete, I don't know where, where I would have been. Where I would have ended up. And I just feel like the same is for everyone back home. There's a lot of stuff going on. The economic situation is not too great. Kids are
Mm.
doing drugs. And I just feel like something like MMA, if it's introduced, especially in the core curriculum activities of the schools, as a sport, just like football, just like tennis, I think it's one of the best sports to instill discipline in kids. And also, it just builds you mentally and physically, become tougher, and it prepares you for the world. So for now, I think that's my wish, to see all these countries adopting something like that. The US have a strong wrestling program in their schools,
Yeah.
and why can we not do that? And I think once we do that, we will see a lot more kids, the next generation, doing more in the UFC. Because if you take a look at most people that have done MMA in Africa, we've started this sport in our late teens or early 20s. Imagine what would happen if we have kids studying this
Mm.
thing on grassroots level. I think the sky's the limit. We have one of the best athletes in the world. We just need to put everything, to focus on that. And yeah, you know, you will have more UFC athletes. We'll have more UFC champions from Africa.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Here's to hoping that that actually happens.
yeah,
um, but we know that your journey, like from Gueru, Zimbabwe, over to just becoming this person that you are right now, this fighter that you are right now, it was
yeah.
recently documented through the EFC Journey, which was a great documentary, by the way, guys. Go check it out. Go check out the EFC Journey featuring Sylvester Chipfumbu. How was that process for you? Actually taking the EFC team back home with you and shooting the entire thing, reflecting on your past and all of that.
Yeah. Firstly, shout out to EFC. Shout out to Mukuru for making it possible. It was great. Like we spoke about it before with Steph, and yeah, I just said no, it'll be great. I didn't expect it was going to be that soon. And then when I got a message from Graham telling me, oh, the guys are ready to start the Mukuru episode, I was excited. I think it's good to show like people around the world, where you came from or how it all started, because for I think for athletes in all sports, people just see Messi becoming Messi on TV. People just see Ronaldo now. They don't know, they don't actually know where all these guys come from. So I think one of the most important aspects is to see where we started. Kids just start with nothing, with a dollar in the dream, and chasing a dream. The twists and turns, and being relentless. And all the things that come with wanting to become a champion and still
Mm.
achieving them, regardless of all the of all the zigzags, the twists and turns, the ups and downs. And yeah, I think it's important for kids to learn and to see, because a lot of people now, they easily give up on their dreams because something has gone wrong. And I think that episode was very important for people to see
Yeah.
my journey, and you take a page, or you take what you can out of it, and help you get to where you want to get.
Yeah. And I'm definitely gonna link it down below so that you guys can watch it. It's a very touching. It's a very touching episode. You looked so young. I remember texting you afterwards, and I was like, Sylvester, you
Yeah,
look so young in those videos.
yeah,
Like they EFC went into the vault and they pulled out some of his first matches, and it's really
yeah,
great to just watch, guys. So do check it out. Now at EFC 113, right?
yeah,
You were scheduled to have a rematch against an opponent that you know very well, Faeez
yeah,
Jacobs.
yeah,
And unfortunately, the fight didn't go your way. But we know that leading up to the fight, you also had
yeah,
some issues, with regards to just, the weight cut. EFC did say that it was going to be a catch weight fight because of a
yeah,
weight cut issue on your side.
yeah.
So, can you just tell us a little bit more about, like, I guess, the pains of cutting weight as well as like just trying to train for that fight?
I trained well. I'm not gonna give excuses. The training went well, but like when it comes to what happened for me to stop cutting weight, I don't think I want to go in. I don't want to go into details because I just feel it discredits my, Faye's win.
Mm,
So, like if I didn't feel like I couldn't fight, I could have just pulled out, and I could have just pulled the plug, but I still went on and fought. So, like I'm not gonna take anything away from Faiz by like trying to say, oh, I went through this and that and that. I took a
yeah,
shot, didn't pay off. I'll be back, and I just feel like it's just gonna define. It's just gonna define me, and I think it's just gonna show that I'm a road champion. I'm a gladiator. Yeah, I think definitely a trilogy is down the line, and it's gonna happen, and I'll get my hand raised. I think that's it.
oh, I was actually going to ask you that next. But before I
Yeah,
get there, so after that fight, we know that, like, you weren't available for the press conference. You were taken in for evaluations and all of that. Did they
yeah,
find that everything is okay with you? Are you good to go now?
yeah. Everything is hundreds. Everything. I'm good. I've started training again. Hopefully, I can get a matchup for August for, yeah, for 116. I'm keen to get
Mm.
back in there. So yeah, featherweight. If you're reading this, it's too late. Yeah, yeah,
So you actually made a post about this. I think it was on Friday, like immediately after 114. You made a post on your
yeah,
Instagram story where you were basically just writing about like how EFC 116, which
mm,
is the August event, I believe. You
yeah,
were like EFC 116, 145. And I was like, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. So
yeah.
let's talk about that. Are you moving over to featherweight permanently? Or do you just wanna
Nothing for the just for the rest of the year. Um, Hopefully, I can get two fights this year
mm,
at 45, and then I think during the December holiday, we just evaluate and see where what we can do. But the the only thing I think that's going to bring me back to bantamweight immediately is I have to fight Faeez again because I really want to fight him again. It's not a
yeah.
secret. Yeah, we have to settle the score. But I think if I get in fight a fight in August and later during the year, I want to fight
Yeah.
at 140. Yeah. I've been eating too much tiramisu and
But then, okay, now let's talk about this featherweight, this move to featherweight, right? Do you
yeah.
have your eyes set on anyone specific in the division right now?
Now, obviously, they like I still believe I'm like one of the top guys at 135 and stuff. So it's only fair that I get the top guys at 145. I've seen the guys like Bradley, Swanepoel, the guys like Vince Bembe. I think that those are the guys at the top of the division. So yeah, if they can get me anyone, I never pick fights. I never turn down any fights. So whoever I get, I just make myself prepared for any battle. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like, how was this discussion though in the gym? Like, because I know Simbarashe Hokonya, who's very close to you as a training partner and a friend, he's also at featherweight. So, have you guys just spoken about that, perhaps?
Yeah. So how did Aljamain Sterling and Mirab, how did they both fight at bantam? How did Ige and Rudy both compete at featherweight? Like for me, it's not about the belt. It's not about the title. To be
Mm,
honest with you, I know like in bantamweight, I know I'm the one best. I'm the best 135 fan in the organization, no doubt. I know I lost my fight the last time, but so am I chasing the title? If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like the most important thing for me is to just stay active. They can give me anyone at 145. I can be Simba's keeper. I know he's gonna be a champion. And yeah, if I have to go down to 135, so be it. But like it's his chance now, and I'm not gonna take that shine from him. Yeah, all I want is to just stay active. That's all I want. I don't care about the belt for now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you say you seem very like certain that Simba's going to become a champion, going to become
yeah.
the champion in the featherweight division and all of that, which would then make Igor fair play for you. Then, so could we potentially see a dream fight? I guess I don't know. In my eyes, it would be a dream fight. Could we potentially see a dream fight between you and Igor at some point?
Yeah, like I said, if I ever turn down a fight, like my duty as an athlete is to fight. My duty as a gladiator is to be in that colosseum. You
Yeah,
know, doing what I do. So like when the contract is sent, whoever they bring my way, I'm not gonna turn down a fight. I'll just fight. I want to when one day when it's all said and done, I want to have fought the best guys in the division. You
yeah,
know, I don't want to be that guy who always picks and chooses fights. I mean, what message and what legacy do you leave behind? I want to
mm,
have for the guys. I want to for the F for the Giants. I want to for F for the Achilles and the all the guys that have done it all. So yeah, just send me like location in Habib's voice.
so right now it seems like you're ready to move over into featherweight and all that, but you did also mention that you do want to run it back with Faeez and have that trilogy fight.
Yeah.
Is that trilogy fight something that you're willing to kind of let rest for a little bit? You kind of ready to just get your feet wet elsewhere and then come back to it, or is that something that you're looking to run back as early as possible? Like if it gets offered to you next, would you take that fight?
Yeah. Firstly, I'm not possessed over the trilogy fight. But like I said, I'll take whichever fight they give me. If they say
Mm,
that's the next fight I have to fight, then so be it. But I'm not going to be possessed with getting a trilogy fight. No, that's not how I do my things. I don't get possessed on one person and just want to fight, chase that guy because I've lost to him. No, life goes
yeah,
on. It might happen that you never fight him. So what? Are you gonna stop living because that guy you haven't fought him yet? If they give
yeah,
me any other guy, or if I don't fight him, it's fine. It's a fight that I really want, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. If it happens, I'll take it with both hands. So let's just wait and see how it plays out. Because I
yeah.
know now there, and the other reason I'm moving up is the flyweight in the bantamweight division. Excuse my French, I shit show right now. There's there's Nkazimulu Zulu. He's a uh, bantamweight and flyweight champion,
Mm,
and now we have an interim flyweight champion. And now Zulu boy is injured. He can only fight towards the end of the year, I hear. So if he has to fight to defend or unify the flyweight title, which means that the bantamweight title might only be competed for next year. And to be honest, like the top bantamweights, the back of my head are Faeez, Sendile, obviously Nkasimolo, and yeah, the three of them. And I've fought two of them recently. Zulu Boy is the only one that I haven't fought, but he's a champion. And I'm coming off a loss, so the fight with him is impossible. So if I have to stay in the bantamweight division, I think inactivity is going to be a problem. So
mm.
that's one of the reasons why I'm moving up for now, just to stay active. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
um So now it seems like we all eyes are set on EFC 116. Right now, obviously, the next event is EFC 115. But
mm.
when they start releasing information about 116, we'll be looking to see if you perhaps might get a spot on that card.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell
but
them to send the contract. Might take Grant and Ashley.
Graham's in the contract.
Yeah, yeah,
um, but then we know that like beyond MMA, there's also life beyond MMA or
yeah,
life beyond the Hicks, if I could put it like that, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
now, this is something that you and I we've played around with it a few times before, but I want to
Yeah,
ask you here, Sylvester, right? Like at
yeah,
some point in your career, when you eventually, put down the gloves and you're like, I'm done fighting, could we potentially see you switch over into, I don't know, like a commentary or a reporting role in the world of MMA?
yeah. I love commentary. Just for the fun of it. I think it's something that I love. Also, you tell Graham to give me one opportunity just to do it, or just I don't know, or just interview fighters, something like that. Like I think it fascinates me. Just it also makes me want to research more about fighting, because I remember I did the one with Zondi and Simba Okoye before Zondi made his debut. It was like an impromptu. I just thought of it at that time, and I think it would be more fun if I have to prepare for it. And I find it exciting sitting next to Simon and commentating. The oh yeah, I'm getting excited now.
I think that's
Yeah,
definitely something that we'd love to hear and see.
yeah, yeah.
Sylvester on comms, let's go. But
Yeah.
Sylvester, I'm just gonna ask you if can you just give one last message to fight fans out there and other fighters specifically in the featherweight division to let them know that you are coming.
Yeah, to the fight fans, I appreciate the love and support. I've always gotten your love and support through the ups and downs, and I appreciate it. Sometimes it's one of the things that keeps me going. They say, keep working hard. You never know who's watching. You never know who's inspiring, and I think especially for my last fight, I just feel like regardless of the results, I still a lot of people still look up to me, and it's one of the things that make me leave my bed in the morning. It's cold these days. So thank you guys. And yeah, to the 140 to the 145 as and I've heard a rumor that most of them they turn down fights, and they want to pick and choose. You don't deserve to be at the top if you like that. So yeah, I'm coming. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you
Ooh.
in the words I can remember. Yeah.
So, Sylvester, where can people find you? Where can they interact with you? What socials can people keep up with your journey?
I think for now, just on Instagram mainly, it's Sylvester Chipfumbu. Facebook as well, it's Sylvester Chipfumbu, but I'm not very active on my Facebook. And here's the thing, you guys, in Sean Strickland's voice, I'm not a fan of social media. So I think I usually use one social media platform, which is Instagram. So for updates and anything you need to know about the Gladiator, just check me out on my Instagram page, Sylvester Chipfumbu.
Definitely. I'm going to link that down below, guys, so that you guys can keep up with Sylvester the Gladiator Chifumbu and follow his journey as he switches over to 145 and does what he needs to do. But for now,
Yeah.
thank you so, so much, Sylvester, for coming on the channel. We will be looking forward to seeing you back in the Hick soon.
Thanks, Chichi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so, so
Yeah.
much. Bye, everybody.